What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Charles Enoch, and you know we're back with another Invest in Myself episode. So I recently got another client from the Sunshine State, which is awesome. See, Florida, they just get it. They're on a mission to clear their debt by using the velocity banking strategy. Now, being on the West Coast, I'm still trying to get us on board, but we gonna get there. All right, so my client has a private student loan that she's trying to pay off. Now, we will be incorporating the velocity banking strategy to get $8,000 of this private student loan paid off in the span of 4 months. And we will be doing this by using both a line of credit and a credit card as our debt weapons. A key thing to note, we will pay little to 0% interest when we use this velocity banking strategy. Now, before we even get started, go ahead, take time, destroy that like button for me, help a brother out, make that thing turn blue, because y'all been slacking. No, for real though, I really do appreciate it. It does help a small YouTube channel like me reach a higher audience base. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and remember to hit that subscribe button down below. I upload velocity banking videos every week. All right, so you know I have the whiteboard in the back, so let's get to it. All right, so I got the whiteboard here and we're gonna get straight into it. So I got my client Frankie, and they have a credit score of 821. And the reason why I have the credit score, don't be alarmed. I want you to see the interest rate in regards to the line of credit tied to the score. We also have Frankie, their income is $4,150 every month. They get paid on the 1st and the 15th of every single month. So go ahead and write that down because that is going to be a crucial step here. Second, their expenses per month is $1,915.25. All right, so Frankie's private student loan is $8,831 with the interest rate of 5%. So Frankie went to the bank and she got a line of credit of $15,000. The interest rate on that line of credit is 14.65%. Also, Frankie applied for the Citi Double Cash MasterCard, which they gave her $12,000 with an interest rate of 0% for the first 12 months. Now, one thing to note, we see the interest rate on the line of credit is 14.65%. That's pretty high for somebody that may have a credit score of 821. But again, we're not truly worried about the interest rate because with a line of credit, it is simple interest. So even if the interest rate was, let's say, 7% and this one's 14, the interest, it really isn't going to matter as much. So that's one thing to know. All right, so we're in the month of October. We're going to say October 1st. So the first thing Frankie is going to do, she's going to use $8,031 from her line of credit, which is $15,000, to pay off her student loan in full. So what this particularly is going to do is going to increase her cash flow to $225. And why is her cash flow increasing by $225? It's because that was her monthly payment on her student loan. So since it's paid off in full, then she doesn't have a monthly payment of $225. So one thing to note, for the expenses of $1,915.25, I did not include the $225 in there because I knew at the beginning of the month that would not be an expense anymore. All right, so now since we used $8,031, it means we have a balance of $6,969 left on the line of credit. So one thing to note here, with that balance, it means that we owe $8,031 because we use that on the student loan. So this equation right here is how we're going to see what the interest is from October 1st through the end of October if we put no money in. So we would take $8,031, the money that we owe, we would times it by 0.1465, that's 14.65%, and divide that by 12. the interest would be $98.04. Again, remember, this is if we did not put any money onto the line of credit for the whole month. So just go ahead and write that down and remember that. So with step 2, we're going to use our credit card, our Citi Double Cash credit card, to pay all of our expenses. So let's see how the expenses are broken down. We have M, which stands for the mortgage. So the mortgage is $1,075.25 plus $29.56. This $29.56 is the plastique fee of 2.75%. So when we put that all on the card, since plastique is paying, our balance is going to be $1,104.01. Now we have our TV/internet, which is $150. Personal expenses is going to be $25. M2, which stands for mortgage number 2, is going to be $455 plus $12.51. This will bring a grand total of $467.51. Remember, since we're paying that plastique fee of 2.75, this is why we're adding $12.51. Next, we have our auto insurance, which will be $70 per month. And then we have the groceries, which will be $140 per month. This will add the expenses up to $1,957.32. So if we see the expenses were $1,915.25, but with the added plastique fee, we are seeing an increase. Now we're going to go to the next step. So we see on the Citi Double Cash card, it's going to give us 2% cash back on all purchases. So if our expenses are $1,957.32, we're going to times that by 0.02, which is 2%. We're going to get a cash back of $39.14. So since we get $39.14 in cash back, we're going to go ahead and dump that into our line of credit. Now we're going to go to the next step, step 5. We're going to put our income of $41.50 of the month directly into the line of credit. This reduces the interest on the line of credit. So that's why we're putting all our income onto the line of credit, and we used our credit card to pay all of our expenses. Now for step 6, when we put the $4,150 into the line of credit, our line of credit is going to be $11,119. That means that we owe $3,881 onto the line of credit. All right, so since my client gets paid on the 1st and the 15th, that means half of the time the money owed on the line of credit is going to be $8,031. And then the other half of the time, once both of the incomes come in, she's going to owe $3,881. So this is very crucial. If you have to pause, rewind so you can comprehend it, that's perfectly fine. So what we're doing, that $3,881, we're going to times that by the 14.65% divided by 12. That would equal $47.38 of interest. This is if she got all the money on the 1st and she owed the $38.81 for the whole month. This would be the interest. Now, remember, we did the equation. This would be the interest for the whole month if she owed $8,031, if she didn't put her income into the line of credit. So what we particularly did, we added the $47.38 plus the $98.04, and we divided it by half. Because remember, half the time this is going to be the equation, and then once all the money is dropped by the 15th, the other half of the time this is going to be the equation. So when we divide that by half, we're going to get $72.71 of interest for the month. Now, we're going to minus that by $39.14. That $39.14 is our cash back, because we got $39.14 cash back. So once we minus that, the interest for the month will be $33.57 of interest. So I just want to repeat that again. So the first equation we did was if Frankie did not put any money onto the line of credit at all. If she didn't put her income into the line of credit, she would owe $98.04. Now, we did the second equation. If Frankie was able to get the income right on the first of the month, all of her income, then this would be the interest that she owed. Since half the time it's going to be this and half the time it would be that, we have to add them both up, divided by half. And that's how we're getting $72.71. And then we minus it from the cash back, the $39.14 that the Citi Double Cash Card offered us. So the total interest will be $33.57. All right, a lot to comprehend, I know, but we are on the month of November. So let's see what it's looking like. The month of November, our balance on our line of credit is going to be around $11,085. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to use $1,957.32 of our line of credit, and we're going to pay off our credit card, our Citi Double Cash credit card. So remember that the expenses on the credit card was $1,957.32. So that's where we are getting that. We have to pay the credit card off for the next month, the month of November. Now, our line of credit will equal $9,127.68. So we're going to go to step 3. We're going to use our credit card to pay all of our expenses again. Remember, our expenses are going to be $1,957.32. This will give us a cash back of $39.14. Now for the next step, we're going to put all our income in the line of credit. So we're going to put that $4,150 into our line of credit. This will make the line of credit $13,277.68, meaning that you would owe $1,722.32. Now we have to break the equations down to compute the interest. Since this person gets paid on the 1st and the 15th, that means half the time she will owe $5,872 because the line of credit is only $9,127.68 that we have available, meaning that we owe this amount. If it's getting charged interest for the whole 30 days, we would compute an interest rate of $71.69. Remember, we times it by the 14.65% and divide that by 12. And that's how we're getting $71.69 for the full month if they did not put anything into the line of credit. Now, this step, if they did put their income into the line of credit, we're going to compute that as if they put everything into the line of credit on the 1st of the month. So if they're only owed $17.22.32, we're going to times that by the 14.65% divided by 12. We're going to come up with an interest of 21.07. Now, what we're going to do, remember, since half the time this is the equation and the other half of the time this is going to be the equation, we're going to add both of those interest rates up, the 71.69 and the 21.07. We're going to divide that by half because half the time is that and half the time it's this. When we divide that by half, we get 46.35 that we're going to pay in interest. Now we got to minus that by our cash back that we got on the Citi Double Card. So our cash back is $39.14. So $39.14. That means our interest was $7.21 in interest that we spent for that particular month. All right, so hopefully you guys are getting the hang of it. We are in the month of December. So In December, our balance on our line of credit is going to be around $13,270. So we're going to repeat step 2. We're going to use $1957.32 from our line of credit to pay off our credit card. This is going to leave us at a balance of $11,312.68. Once we pull that out to pay off our credit card, that's the balance on our line of credit. Now the next step, it is going to be a repeat. We're going to use our Citi Double Cash credit card to pay all of our expenses. Now we know our expenses are $1957.32 for the month. This is going to give us a cash back of $39.14. Now, step 5, we're going to put all our income into the line of credit. The $4,150, we're going to put that onto the line of credit. Now, this is going to make our line of credit $15,000, so it's paid off back to full. Plus, we have a leftover of $462.68 that will be in like your checking or your savings account, because we can't stuff any more into the line of credit because we paid it off in full. So we're back to the step where we're adding the interest up. So remember how the line of credit was $11,312.68 once we had to pull $1957.32 out of the line of credit. So what we're doing is we're going to pretend that we owe $3,687.32 for the full month. We're going to times that by the 14.65% divided by 12. It's going to say that we owe $45.01. That's if we did not put anything into our line of credit. If we did not put our income into our line of credit for that whole month, this is how much we would owe in interest. Now, on the 15th, all $41.50 is going on to the line of credit. This is going to pay it off in full. So the next equation, we owe $0. We're timing that by 14.65% divided by 12. We know it's going to equal 0. So we're going to take 45.01, divide that by 2, because half the time there's 0% interest, and then the other half of the time, you're having some interest. Once we divide that by 2, we have $22.50 of interest that we paid. We have to minus that by the cash back, because we got $39.14 of cash back. What that equals is we actually got a positive return of cash back of $16.63. So if you guys see that, we actually saved money by using this. We saved $16.63. That's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. All right. So we're in the month of January. We're finally starting to actually save money, actually get cash back, and we're not getting charged any interest anymore. So let's see what January brings us. So for January, our balance on our line of credit is $15,000. We already paid it off in full. We also have a leftover of $462.68 in our checking or our savings account. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to use the $462.68 left over in our checking and savings account, and we're going to put that and apply that to the credit card. Remember, our credit card balance is $1,957.32. So once we minus that, we're going to have $1,494.64 that we need to pull out of our line of credit to pay the rest of the credit card off. Now, once we pull that $1,494.64, our line of credit, our balance on our line of credit will equal $13,505.36. Now we're going to repeat the step of using our credit card to pay all of our expenses. Since we pulled out of the line of credit to pay the credit card off, now it's time to pay our expenses. So our expenses, remember, $1957.32 is going to give us a cash back of $39.14. Now, step 5, once we get our income to $4,150, we're going to put that into our line of credit. What that's going to do is going to pay our line of credit back up to the $15,000, plus we have $2,655.36 left over in our checking or savings account. Now we have to do that complicated step of adding the interest up. So remember, our balance when we paid the credit card, our line of credit had $13,505.36. That means that we owed $1,494.64. We use the equation as if this was the balance for the full month. So we're going to times that by 14.65% divided by 12, and then we're going to get $18.24. This is if she did not pay anything on the line of credit for the full month, for the full 30 days. And we know that didn't happen. So on the 15th, when all the income comes in, that means that there's $0 owed on the line of credit. So we're going to use the equation, the 0 times 14.65% divided by 12. We all know that's 0. So there was 0 interest accruing on the other half of the time, the other 15 days. So what we have to do, again, we're going to use that 1824. We're going to divide that into half, because half the time, that was the equation. The other half, the equation was 0 in interest. So once we divide that by half, that's $9.12 of interest that accrued for that month. We're going to minus that by $39.14 because that is our cash back. Remember, $39.14 is our cash back. So if we look at it, we actually saved $30.52 because our cash back is greater than the interest that was applied, $9.12. So if we look at the overall interest that happened for these 4 months, let's add this up and see how much we paid in interest. So month 1, we paid $33.57 in interest. Month 2, we paid $7.21 in interest. Month 3, we saved $16.63 of cash back. In month 4, we got $30.52 of cash back. This totals an interest of negative $6.37. That negative means that we got cash back of $6.37 by using our Citi Double Cash credit card to offset the interest. So we actually saved money and we paid off the student loan in 4 months. Now, I know the question that you guys are going to ask, hey, there's still money on the credit card that you have to pay off for next month. Yes, that is fine. What you're going to pretty much do, remember, we have a leftover $2,655.36. Guess what? You use that money out of the checking or savings account, wherever you pulled it from, pay off the credit card, and you still have money left over. Remember, our line of credit is already paid in full. So whenever the due date is on the card, just go ahead and pay it off because you already have the leftover money. That means that it's paid off in full. So I know this is a lot to go over, and I pretty much always tried to simplify it so everybody could understand what was going on. But we did use the velocity banking method both on the line of credit to pay off the student loan, and then we used the Citi Double Cash card to offset the interest that eventually saved us money. So I hope this video did help you guys out. Remember to like, subscribe, and share the video with others. And if you made it to the end and you understand, go ahead and comment down below and say, hey, I understand. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below as well. So like always, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace out.